back, everybody. She is a renowned board-certified surgeon, a best-selling author, and the co-founder of the Pink Lotus Breast Center. And she is here today with her new book, Breasts, the Owner's Manual. Please welcome back Kristi Funk. Welcome, Kristi.
Thanks for having me.
So many people have turned to you, thousands of women, for help in this department, including Angelina Jolie, Sheryl Crow, who actually wrote the foreword to your book.
Yeah.
Why do women need an owner's manual for our breasts?
Well, you know, for something that's either like full and bouncy and perky or flat and flabby, whatever they are, they're perched on the fronts of half the population, and they seem to not know enough about them, like what their purpose and function is, how to take care of them, what to do if they're going awry on them with a new lump or something. So I really wanted this manual not only to provide a practical guide from an expert point of view, but I wanted it to empower women with information that will calm them down, but also incentivize them to be their best selves, their healthiest selves. So what I mean by that is there's a surprising fact. If you look at all women with breast cancer, only 13% have a single first-degree relative with breast cancer.
Oh my goodness.
13%. So people think it's
so on the flip side of that, 87% don't have anyone in their family.
No first degree, and about 80% don't have anybody. So this is surprising, yes, to most people, but not only that, to most doctors. When I was writing the book, I'd be in surgery talking away about the book, and anesthesia would peer over the curtain and be like, what? 87%? You know, so it's not common knowledge. People just attribute it instinctively, incorrectly, to family history or an inherited gene mutation like BRCA, which accounts for only 5 to 10% of mutations.
Oh my goodness.
If you can't blame your family, who do we get to blame?
Exactly.
It turns out, when I really delved into all of it, I truly believe that upwards toward 80, even 90% of breast cancer could be eliminated from the planet if women would understand and take control of things like diet and nutrition, alcohol, obesity, exercise, hormone replacement therapy, emotional stress, and environmental toxicities. And I dive into all of it in actionable, practical, cheap ways.
Well, let's talk about the perfect plate, because it seems like so much comes back to food and what we put in our body and how important that is. So what is the perfect plate? And you share a lot of this in the book.
I do. I share a lot about what I consider the perfect plate would be 70% fruits and vegetables, 15% whole grains, so 100% whole wheat, barley, rye, quinoa, and then 15% healthy proteins. So I like soy, lentils, beans, peas, nuts.
So you're saying becoming vegan?
I would like to see people minimize meat, dairy, and eggs. Absolutely. What I learned in my deep research, I cite over 1,250 studies, but it reads like we're chatting over coffee, right? But it's steeped in science, this book. And what I learned changed my eating. I have 3 sons, my husband. We changed in a day. I was so convicted by the body's cellular response to consuming animal fat and animal protein gives cancer cells a playground for everything they love. Inflammation, free radical formation, growth factors, estrogen, and it really is just coming from these animal sources. So I don't expect every fish too.
Oh, whoa, what?
Ouch.
I gotta tell you.
My goodness.
I know. So fish has its own thing. It increases inflammation, and yes, it does have the omega-3 fatty acids, which are healthy, but those tag along with the unhealthy saturated fat. And except for sushi, you're usually cooking your meat. And whenever you cook meat, heat plus the animal protein forms what we call heterocyclic amines, or HCAs, on the surface and within the meat, which are carcinogens.
So okay, what about soy? Because I've heard for years that soy it would lead to breast cancer. You hear all kinds of things. Don't eat too much soy, but is there any truth to this?
There is no truth to this, and I have to say...
Where did that come from?
Me, maybe, because I've been a doctor 22 years, 17 years laser focused as a surgeon on breast cancer. I told all my breast cancer patients to avoid soy.
What? Why?
I did, until I wrote my book.
So what you're saying is you're wrong. Thanks for running up to it.
Yes, I'm going to say that, and I think in a comfort, a lot of people are like, no, my doctor told me, and they're going to think I'm wrong. Believe me, I looked at all the literature because I needed to be bulletproof about this, because I feel like I'm either going to help or hurt people with my work. Here's the bottom line. There are 2 estrogen receptors in your body. All of us doctors just knee-jerk like, oh, phytoestrogens, plant-based estrogens. Your body can't tell the difference. It's going to feed and fuel breast cancer. Just 80% of all breast cancers are fed by your own estrogen. So why not soy too? Turns out there are 2 receptors. Alpha is the one that your own estrogens hit and stimulate cancer. Beta, which soy preferentially binds by 1,600%. When it hits beta, it shuts alpha down. it actually acts as an estrogen blocker. So if that's true, let's look at some studies. And so in total, if you look at all the studies, those who consume soy versus those who don't generally have 60% less breast cancer. And those who already had breast cancer have 30 to 60% less recurrence and 29% less death. So it prevents occurrence, recurrence, and death.
That just gave me chills because we've been told the complete opposite for so many
So
years.
what is a healthy soy, though? I'd like to throw out always non-GMO. Most of the soy you find in your store is going to be non-GMO. Although 94% of all crops of soy are GMO, they're fed to livestock. So unless you're eating the livestock, you're not eating GMO.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I know, Orly, you had cancer in your breast cancer in your family.
Yeah. So my sister is a breast cancer survivor. She got it young when she was 29 and had the BRCA gene. Tested positive. So I got tested for it and I'm negative, but I still feel like I've got that family history. And so I don't know like when I should be getting mammograms, like whether I should be on a faster trajectory because of that or no.
It feels like that because she's your sister, right?
Yeah.
You share half DNA, but you did not share the BRCA mutation. So you should begin mammography at age 40. Do it every single year. Don't stop and don't skip years until you plan to die in the next 5 years.
Wow. Wow.
Dang.
Strong words there. You can do that though, right?
Yeah.
I'll make the appointment. We'll drive you there. We care that much.
Start eating soy and start eating
Maria,
soy.
what's your
Well,
question?
yes, so I'm wondering how mammograms affect pregnant, like we're all mothers here, how it affects pregnancy if you're pregnant, and should you wait till you're done having all your babies to get them, even if you are in your 40s?
So if you have stopped nursing or are currently not pregnant, go ahead and get your mammogram.
Okay.
Mammography during pregnancy, it's not that it's dangerous for the fetus, but it's basically useless. Your breast is so altered that it looks like a snowstorm and we don't know what we're looking at. So
There's a lot going on.
If you're high risk though, of family history or gene mutation carrier and pregnant and nursing, because you can't do mammography because it's useless, and MRI you can't do because of the dye. I always do whole breast screening ultrasound during pregnancy and breastfeeding, at least to get.
Why don't you just do ultrasound altogether? Because I've heard so many people say the mammogram didn't find it, but the ultrasound did. Then why are you doing mammograms? Why don't we just all do ultrasound so we can find them and be safer?
Because then everyone would say, the ultrasound didn't find it, the mammogram did. No, honestly, it's a combo though. So I'll tell you that if you are dense breasted, it's not how you feel, it's how your mammogram looks. We grade it A through D. If you're a C or a D, that means your breasts are dense on a mammogram. They look white and splotchy. Cancer's always white, so now we're looking for a snowball in a snowstorm. Those women, C's and D's, which is 50% of everybody, should get a mammogram plus screening ultrasound.
I'll tell you what, I had no idea I needed an owner's manual, but I certainly do. I mean, I need to read that owner's manual from front to back. I'm pretty sure. You're not kidding. It will be on sale everywhere books are sold on May 1st, and you can get more information at hallmarkchannel.com or on Dr. Funk's website. Thank you so much.
Good to see you again,
Thank
Doctor.
you.